that play? Oh my God, this is rigged. This is rigged. She got yanked, fell on her hip.
Did Caitlin Clark just get mugged in broad daylight by a whistle? Because what we saw in that Indiana Fever versus New York Liberty matchup wasn't just a basketball game. It was a masterclass in how to hijack a win. A night that was supposed to be a highlight reel for Clark, and the Fever turned into an officiating horror show that even a haunted house wouldn't dare produce. Refs were blowing whistles like it was a Black Friday sale, and the only thing missing was a striped jersey doing a post-game interview about how they single-handedly changed the outcome. Let us know down in the comments below what you think of the WNBA refs. Let's go. Let's cut straight to the madness. Fourth quarter, the game's tighter than your grandma's Tupperware lid. Suddenly, out of nowhere, Sabrina Ionescu draws a foul on Lexie Hull. So soft you'd need a microscope and an imagination to see it. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark gets bulldozed going to the basket. Nothing. Not a peep. The kind of silence that screams louder than a buzzer beater. It wasn't just a bad call. It was the basketball version of gaslighting, and then we get to the stat that tells the whole story like a snitch. 32 free throws for New York, 15 for Indiana. That's not a discrepancy. That's a full-blown mathematical insult. You don't need a calculator to feel the imbalance. This wasn't just home court bias. It was full-on ref roulette, and the Fever were the ones left spinning. Here's the wild part. The game started like it was going to be a New York blowout. Fever trailed by 15 at the half. But Caitlin and company said, not so fast, storming back with gritty defense and highlight plays. Clark hit a deep three at the buzzer in the third that sent the crowd into a frenzy. It felt like something special was brewing. But just when momentum was swinging Indiana's way, the refs pulled the plug like someone tripped over the power cord. What followed was a sequence of officiating so sketchy you'd think the refs were paid in Liberty merch. Sabrina gets a trip to the line for pushing herself against Lexie Hull. Meanwhile, Caitlin Clark's getting bodied in the paint like she wandered into a rugby match. Crickets. Replays didn't lie. They screamed. The crowd saw it. The broadcast team saw it. Twitter saw it. But the refs? Apparently, they were watching something else entirely. Then, as if things couldn't get more farcical, DeWanna Bonner gets smacked and surprise still no call. At this point, the only thing more consistent than the non-calls was the Liberty's free throw parade. You'd think the Fever were playing defense with foam noodles the way whistles kept flying one direction only, and it got worse. Every time the Fever built a little momentum, another whistle came down like divine punishment. Key players Clark, Hull, Mitchell were all slapped with fouls like it was a birthday party and they were the piñata. Meanwhile, the Liberty stars floated through the game untouched, stress-free, and magically immune to fouls. It was almost poetic. If poetry was fueled by rage and bad officiating, fans lost it. Social media erupted. Is this a game or a setup? One person tweeted. Others were even more blunt. Rigged. Scripted. Protecting the Liberty like it's a national treasure. And honestly, could you blame them? This didn't feel like a couple of bad calls. It felt like the league sent the refs a memo titled, "Don't let Indiana win."